Sometimes healing doesn't look like light or clarity. Sometimes it looks like silence or peace where there used to be reaction. The famous psychologist Carl Jung believed that healing begins not when life gets easier, but when the self, the deeper, wiser part of you, begins to guide your choices instead of your wounds. So today we're going to explore the subtle psychological signs that show you've healed more than you realize. You might still doubt your growth, but these signs prove that a powerful transformation has already taken root in your soul. One of the first signs is that you no longer need to win every battle. In the past, you may have felt a constant need to defend yourself, to prove your worth, to be right, to be seen. Every disagreement felt like a personal attack, and you'd expend enormous energy fighting for your position. But now, silence doesn't feel like defeat. You've learned that not every storm deserves your energy. You can walk away from an argument not because you're weak, but because your peace is more valuable than being right. Jung famously said, "What you resist persists," and you've stopped resisting. You no longer push back against every person or situation that doesn't align with you. This isn't because you gave up, but because you've outgrown the need to fight what doesn't serve your inner harmony. That quiet confidence you feel when you let things go. That's not apathy. It's mastery. You're choosing your battles wisely, conserving your life force for what truly matters, your own growth and well-being. The second sign is that you see the wound, but you don't become it. You still remember the pain, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the loss, but it no longer defines you. It's a chapter in your story, not the entire book. You can talk about your past without your voice trembling or your body tensing up. You can hold space for your emotions, allowing sadness or anger to visit, without drowning in them. The memory exists, but the emotional charge has faded. This is the shift Jung called integration. Your shadow, the parts of you that were once hidden, repressed, or denied, becomes your teacher. You no longer project your hurt outward by blaming others or recreating painful dynamics. Instead, you understand that these experiences are part of your wholeness. Healing doesn't erase the scar. It teaches you how to see it as a symbol of your resilience and love it as part of your journey. This leads us to the third sign. You value depth over drama. There was a time when your energy was drawn toward intensity, the chaotic relationships, the emotional highs and lows, the constant need for external validation. You might have mistaken drama for passion. Now, you crave something different. You crave depth, simplicity, and truth. You'd rather have one real, authentic connection than 10 superficial ones. Small talk feels draining, but a conversation about dreams, fears, and life's big questions feels like coming home. Jung believed the unconscious is always seeking balance. When you stop chasing intensity, your soul begins to rest and find its natural equilibrium. The quiet moments you used to find boring, a peaceful morning, a walk in nature, a silent evening, now feel sacred. Peace for you is no longer an empty space to be filled with noise. It's a rich, fulfilling destination in itself. You've discovered that true connection and joy are found not in the loud and chaotic, but in the still and profound. The fourth sign is that you see triggers as teachers. In the past, when something or someone triggered you, your immediate response might have been anger, defensiveness, or a desire to run away. You might have blamed the world for your emotional reactions. Now something has shifted. When that old feeling arises, you pause. Instead of reacting, you ask, "What is this showing me about myself? What unhealed part of me is asking for attention right now?" That shift from reaction to reflection is one of the clearest signs of profound growth. It means your awareness, your inner observer, is awake. You are no longer living as your emotions. You are living with them, consciously. You recognize that a trigger is simply a signpost pointing toward a wound that needs more love and understanding. This is the beginning of what Jung called true individuation, the process of becoming your whole self, where every experience, even the uncomfortable ones, becomes material for your soul's expansion. Finally, The fifth and perhaps most profound sign is that you feel gratitude for the things that once broke you. There was a time you cursed the pain, the endings, the betrayals, and the silence. You saw them as punishments or evidence that you were unworthy. Now, looking back, you see their meaning. They were not punishments, they were preparations. The heartbreak taught you what you truly value in love. The failure taught you resilience. The loneliness taught you how to be your own best friend. Jung wrote, "No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell." You've touched your own depths, your own personal hell, and because of that, your light now reaches higher. You wouldn't be the person you are today without those struggles. Gratitude is the final stage of healing, not because everything is suddenly perfect, but because you understand that everything, even the pain, had a purpose in shaping the strong, wise, and compassionate person you have become. So let's reflect on this journey. Healing isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks or a grand finale. It whispers. It whispers through the way you respond instead of react, the way you breathe a little deeper in stressful moments, and the way you forgive yourself and others, quietly, without needing recognition. If you recognize yourself in any of these signs, even just a little, know that you've already walked much further on your healing path than you think. Your unconscious has been working with you all along, patiently, profoundly. And now, the self, your inner wholeness, is beginning to lead the way. Remember this: you are not healed because life stopped hurting. You are healed because you learned how to love yourself through it all. Thank you for joining me on this journey inward today. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content on psychology and self-growth. Take care of yourself.